here, I am introduced by two guests that I've been very, very fortunate to have with me today and been able to talk to for about a week now. About a week, maybe a little over a week on getting this interview going. I'm accompanied by, of course, Goat Argentina here. If you want to introduce yourselves by name.
Hello. What is that?
Well, yeah, I'm Agustin Vallejo, one of the founders, and this is...
I am Sebastian, also known as Sinoman in the community. Hello, everybody.
another founder.
Perfect. It's great to see y'all, man. It's been
Thank you a lot for having us. Like, this is the first time we get an overseas interview / collab / whatever, so we're thrilled to get the word out there.
Absolutely, man. So, tell me a little bit about yourselves as players or as people. When did y'all get into GOAT format as a game, and how long have you been really into the community as a whole?
Well, in my case, it goes back to when I turned 30, which was December 2022. Like, I got this kind of 30-year-old crisis, and I was like, wait a minute, what happened to all of those games I used to play when I was a kid? Like Pokemon card game, Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon hadn't changed that much from what I could see, so I was like, well, let's see what happens with Yu-Gi-Oh! And I kind of took a hold of what the advanced format was like, and I was like, oh my god, this has, this is some other stuff. Like, this is not what I remember about the game. I kind of did some Googling. I stumbled across the Team APS YouTube channel, and I was like, wow. So there's these guys who play, retro formats. And it was actually kind of a happy coincidence, but I used to live just 3 or 4 blocks away from a store here called Dima Game, which is like, shout out to Dima Games, the main place where we play. And I was like, well, if there's anybody here that plays this old formats like Edison or GOAT format, they have to play there, because that was like, I remember, a big name back when I was like 10 or something. Like, everybody was talking about Dima Game at that time, and of course my parents wouldn't let me go. So I just head over there. I talked to our main judge, Ale. Shout out to Ale. And he was like, yeah, we play like every 2 weeks, so feel free to join. And I was like, really? And that was it. Like, I've been playing nonstop ever since. I think I missed like 3 or 4 tournaments. And we got a great community going. And, it was kind of like getting back to the whole game from a new approach, more strategic approach, more like card advantage approach. It was less about playing the cards that I like because they look cool, and more like about learning how to play the real game, because I had never played competitive when I was a kid.
Right.
So yeah.
And it's fun because we started in Edison.
Yeah.
Our first tournament was an Edison tournament.
I actually was such a noob that I went to an Edison tournament because I had this Guild for the Legends card that I wanted to play because I thought it was so busted. Like, it's the boss monster from the Warrior Triumph Structure deck. I was like, okay, this guy's
Guilford, like, or whatever.
Yeah, I was like, this guy's the real thing. Like, he can just, I don't know, get in, grab a bunch of equipped spell cards, OTK, and I was like, yeah, I want to play that, but it's not in GOAT format, so well, I'll just play Edison. And I had no idea what Edison was like. I had never seen a synchro in my life because I could play when I was when I was like 12. Yeah, no, it's been such a long time, so many changes. And he was in that tournament though, but we didn't like get to be friends at that time. It took like kind of like a year, I believe.
Yeah, because I started playing Edison, and then I jumped into GOAT like the next year in 2023, I think, or that time.
Wow,
yeah, I remember my first GOAT tournament. I picked Warrior, and I lost the final round. But it was a great run, and I fell in love with the format. I started playing both, and then around 2024 it was that we found the YouTube channel.
We founded it, around, I think it was like in March or something. Like, the first video goes back to the Open that Dima Game organized.
Right.
So yeah, that was around the time when we started getting serious about it, because we talked about having our very own YouTube channel, like Team APS or JDC. Like, we love JDC here, or the Italians, like the things Italians do with their own league. It was like it'd be really good to have that, for us going
Right.
here.
Yeah.
But we needed a channel, we needed a platform to show the world what we've been doing. And it wasn't up until the channel got started that we actually got it going. And we organized and we're like, okay, we're gonna consistently record the top deck profiles and post them and spam all through the internet.
Well, I for one am always excited whenever I find channels like yours where it's a lot of times when you find these Go communities, especially when they develop internationally outside of where you typically expect, like Italy, Greece. Now Greece is a lot more solidified as a scene. Germany, America. Places outside those you don't really hear too much about because usually they're pretty much doing their own thing. Like I just found out the other day there was a Go from at Slovenia.
Mm.
And of course there's other metas like South Africa has its own doing its own thing over there as well. So I'm always interested in this type of stuff. I think it's always unique because I've come to find that if you let people do their own thing and kind of let them cook in their own communities, they start to develop a very separate meta. I would like to say.
Yeah,
And,
absolutely.
and it's and to me it's really cool that when you have the same card pool and everything, right? People will come to different conclusions on what is the best strategy to go about things. And I think, especially when it comes to the GGP Buenos Aires and a lot of those lists, you do see like not everything is what you would think it is if you just look at, let me just go on DuelingBook, let me look at the online results. Obviously some players will look at those and mimic the strategy. I'm not saying it's like, oh, it's totally isolated, but it's very cool to see players, especially that are local to the area. Maybe they don't know about the Go Format Discord or anything like that. So they'll go like, they'll see what their friends are playing. They look over your shoulder. You'll be like, oh, you're playing Go Control, okay. And then they'll try to see what Go Control does. They'll watch you play and they'll try to pick up the cards based on what they saw and they'll play it. And then that kind of stumbles into its own meta. And I'm going to screen share this real quick here. Because I was sent these pictures that I thought was really, really cool. And if you guys want to talk about this as well, you're more than welcome to as well here. So
Yeah, absolutely.
This is a picture from 2 years ago of your local scene,
Yeah.
right? This was like 2023.
This was early 2023, yeah.
Yeah, early
You can tell
2023.
because I was playing without a playmat because I was like, playmats are dumb. Like I was that kind of guy.
And the guy got a lot of playmats.
And then I got the little Light and Darkness Dragon, the Tengu playmat. Like I won some of those. But it's funny that the guy in front of me is our head judge. Like he had to play because we couldn't get 6 guys to actually sit down for a tournament.
That's what I wanted
And
to
the guy
mention.
that's
Yeah, 6
on
players.
my left used to come from like Alan's from San Miguel. He used to like take the train for like 2 hours to just come and play.
Yeah, like 40 kilometers or so.
Yeah, so it was like a really dedicated community, even though it was small. And the word started going that there were some people playing goats, and we had somebody else that came and brought a friend, and then the word kind of got around to the guys who played advanced, and they were like, "Oh well, there's something going with goat format," so they also started coming and bringing their friends over. So like 2 years ago, this was just nothing. Like there was no YouTube channel, no tops, no events at regionals.
Seeing 6
like a first
players.
wave of goat format at the game. Like, and it was like 6 round tournaments every weekend, but that was kind of killed because of the COVID pandemic. Like that kind of went down and never recovered. Edison was kind of big around that time, but it kind of slipped away though. I don't know what happened with Edison. Like I'll never figure it out.
And just to compare, in the span of 2 years, you were able to build into this. It's to me, this is rock star shit. Like this is like you really like you hit the ground running, and then this is like the fruit of your labor. You see all these people come together for a communal interest in playing a game that was that's now 2 decades old, 2005.
Yeah,
I think it just hit 20 years old. So to see what you all have done in, I would say, a relatively short amount of time is astounding on creating this locals into just the
This
sheer
has
volume of
definitely
it.
exceeded our expectations. I
Yeah.
mean, I think there was no point at which we said to ourselves, we're close to getting to a GGP or something like
Never.
that. Like it just happened after our video with Aurelio Rodriguez,
Hmm.
Shout out to Aurelio.
became viral. I'm not sure if you checked that out, but the guy is like this really old guy who just went to the national tournament, played a side event,
Really?
and beat everybody with Earth Aggro. He's actually a really
Sometimes.
skilled player, and like the video just went nuts. Like we're talking about 25,000 views on YouTube.
Wow,
Like it
really?
skyrocketed our followers tripled in 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and that's
We
where
were tripping with that video.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
Wow,
it's actually
I've
like
never seen that video before. I'm gonna have to grab that from y'all at some point. I'm
yeah,
gonna have to take a look at
it's
that.
actually a really good one because he's a very technical player. Like he also
Hmm.
plays Edison, and his kids also play advanced. The kids are also in the picture. And it's funny that like this guy just went there, played goats without much of an expectation, without playing a tier 1 deck, and he just blasted gigantus out of nowhere, beat everybody.
Kind of shell
um,
shocked
And he's from
shell shocked
Cordoba.
them.
yeah, he came from another province to play with his 2 kids.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Real
yeah, and
quick.
well, and that's when Karen told us if we wanted to have a GGP, and we were like, wait a minute, like we were
Oh
just
yeah.
like we were at 200 followers just a week ago. Like how is this coming to happen? But it
Uh,
happened, and it was great. So
I do want to say real quick, thank you to everybody that's chatting so far. We have a lot of people showing love for Argentina. I want to
thank
say
you
thank
guys.
you to Bruno out here, Florencia, Kuma. I see Fernando. Is that Sigil333? I see you, and I see Guile. I hope I'm saying these names right.
That's
Guille.
Guisha.
Guille
Well, Guisha
Isha.
is a guy from
Isha.
Mendoza. That's another province. He was set to come to the GGP along with his guys. We met him at the YCS in Buenos
Hmm.
Aires. We didn't have the chance to play, but he's a really cool guy. Like he plays beast, so he's a cool guy.
Frontman in the photo
People who
here
play
says
beast are cool.
Bruno. Shout out.
Bruno's another one of the admins of the Goat Format channel. He's the one that's most into collecting, and he's got all of the facts about when the cards were released and stuff and the value. Like he was the last admin to join because we wanted to
Hmm.
give it that kind of edge. We wanted to make it more than just deck profiles. He's actually the guy that's in the center of the picture at the bottom line,
Yeah.
and like his inclusion represented a leap in quality.
Yeah.
Like we got much more organized. The videos started coming out better. We did some unboxings. We're thinking about doing one with Retro Pack 2 soon, and that's all because of his hobby of collecting.
Wow, that's a rare pickup. The Retro Pack 2s, man. Shout out to you,
Yeah,
man. What a
there's been
great.
some distribution issues, right, across the U.S. I believe,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Or
Oh yeah. Especially I mean, especially when it comes to stuff like Retro Pack, it's just insanely difficult to find. I mean, obviously, with some political parts of the world, I'm not sure how it's like for the United States Postal Service right now, just because of what's going on. I don't want to get too into it.
yeah.
This isn't that type of show, but it's getting a little it's a little shaky right now. However, opening up some Retro Pack 2, I love that set. I love me some Retro Packs. Now,
It's pretty solid. Like a lot of the comments are really great. Like you got Kaiku, you got Noun, you got
Kaiku, yeah.
oh yeah, don't get me
Barrel Behind the
started.
Door.
You can build a common deck just by draft alone.
Yeah, it's actually a really good one. I think we're opening like 6 boxes next week or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's gonna be cool.
So on the GGP, right? When doors opened to doors closing, how did you feel about the event overall? Do you feel like it went, do you think it went as you said, it went beyond your expectations on as far as attendance goes? Now, I did see you on the stream. I thought the stream was looking fantastic. I thought the stream was looking
It was,
great.
yeah. We got the best people around to work in special dedicated areas. Like for example, the place where we held the GP is a bar called Denver. It belongs to one of the guys in our community, Facu Bruno. Shout out to
Mm-hmm.
Facu. And up until the moment he said, I can just get you guys the store, and we can just, the bar, and we can just get it there. There was no chance that we were doing that because the cost for renting a place was, so high. And he said, Denver's my house. Come in, like let's
Yeah.
just not trash the place, and we can do whatever. Then we got this other guy, Nico Croce from Mesa Cuatro. Shout out to Nico.
Mesa uno.
Mesa Uno, there you
Mesa
go.
uno.
Mesa Uno. Who said, yeah, I'll help you out with the streaming, and he did a great job. Like, yeah, I mean, the quality was great.
Yeah.
Of course, that there were some things that we didn't take into account because it was the first time we did it. For example, the cell phone we were using to record kind of ran out of battery at some point that we had to replace him. So if you
Yeah.
watch the full stream, which is something that I've done several times, you'll notice that there's this point in which there's no image. Like you
I
can't
think
tell what's happening.
it's
And that's
here.
because we
Yeah,
were
about
just trying to get another
6
cell.
hours in. I think this is it. Maybe not. Maybe this is a in between. Was it around 7?
It's a pretty small part.
At
Like
some point,
it's 1 minute, 2 minutes. Like somebody was like, "Yeah, I'll just use my phone and that's it," and we did that. Like we sorted it out, but it's rookie mistakes. It happens.
So, fun fact: when I was doing GGP Seattle, right, I did all the equipment pretty much for GGP Seattle. I had similar fears because I was running off of 3. The main, feature board was 3 cell phones essentially. It was, and I had a very similar fear because not just because of that, but also because something can go out. You're plugging in 3 cameras into one little USB slot. So we're not professional. We're not professional video crews. We're usually like 1 or 2 man crews, doing this type of stuff. So I obviously I'm very forgiving on that kind of stuff, and I don't think anybody else is really going to knock it down because of something as small as a cell phone camera going down for a couple minutes.
No, yeah. To be honest, I think that's the only thing that was actually a drawback, which was actually minimal, because even if you consider the fact that we started out 1 hour later than we planned on doing, that's actually cool because the guy who came as a runner-up, he took a bus from Rosario, which is like 300 kilometers away, to Escobar, which is where we held it, and he arrived 5 minutes just after the first round had started. Like, had it started on time, the guy would have never topped, and he's an amazing player. So even that led to a good result. He's a Paolo NS on DuelingBook.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I understand that he's
he's
well known in the community.
He used to play a lot.
Super grinder. He was one of the fun fact about Paolo. Shout out much love to Paolo. He's one of the first people I ever talked to on DuelingBook ever. I will always remember this because I was just interested in getting started to play, and he's like a ladder grinder. Like he plays ladder all the freaking time online. Paolo.
Yeah, he's a grinder.
And I remember watching him go. Like I'll just watch people on ladder. I watched him because I wanted to learn, and he's playing. I think it was Empty Jar. He was playing Empty Jar on ladder, and I'm like, "Yo, get his ass!" I was like watching Paolo. I DM'd him like, "Yeah, get him."
Yeah, I think he topped
he
like
topped a couple
one of
events.
the first FLC.
Yeah.
Like FLC 5 or something like that with Stalburn or
he's
some kind of deck.
He's all about the alternate kind of decks, Burn, Empty Jar. I think he played the DMOC FTK.
Well, he played our very first online tournament, the one that we did for Argentinian players, and he played zombies. But the thing is that he played Triple Spirit Reaper, Triple Turtle, no rats. Like his list was just bonkers, and I was like, "There's no way this guy's winning," and he actually made it.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, he had a perfect tournament. Like he was not beaten at least once. So I was like very impressed when I saw that, and when I saw him play the finals after the event, I was like, wow, this guy's, he's got his style.
Grumple says need to get more Argentinians into online tourneys, and I agree. We got it. That's something.
Yeah, definitely.
I really, after seeing the huge outpour from your GGP, I really want to see them come online and be like, get on in. The thing about DuelingBook is that these online tourneys is that they're they're multilingual. Like usually at the end of the day, like it's a pretty universal language of playing cards. Waiting for interaction. You set, you activate. You don't really need to have a very strong language barrier to get a match going. So I think.
On top of that, like there's lots of people around here that speak a decent level of English. Like I'm not saying reading Shakespeare from the original, but like.
You don't
pass
need, yeah.
Fryo or like I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
as
That
long as you
means
know the
you need to know.
keywords.
yeah, it's like
As long
no
as you know the
response. I
keywords.
don't know. Like it doesn't get much harder than that.
Yeah,
And
we
we
need to
have
get them
a
on.
lot of good players, national toppers, regional toppers, all that play gold format, but they don't play online.
Gotta get them
You
on,
only get
man.
the chance, yeah, you only get the chance to face them at locals or at a regional, nationals on an 8-man pod or something like that.
Right.
But yeah, they are great and they have a very above average level. They are really good players. All the players of the top 8 are good players. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking through the names. There's a couple that obviously I recognize Zyno Man here, and obviously I recognize Paulo. You want to take a look at some of the top 8s with me here? We can take a look and talk
Absolutely,
about
yeah.
them. So first of all, we have Zyno Man. I looked at you saw the stream I did of looking over the first 2 uploads you did, just going over them. I loved your list here. Can you see this? Okay.
Yes.
It's a bit blurry, but yeah, like
I love this list. I'm just telling y'all. I love the Abyss. First of all, if there's anything you need to know about me, I'm going to support Abyss Soldier. Pretty much to the depth
Abyss,
of the format.
it's
I know,
a
I see you
beast.
shaking your head, but you know.
Abyss is a beast.
gotta love that guy.
I love the Zaborg. I think, I think this list is strong. We should probably figure out a way to get the Morphing Jar main deck, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, well, I play a little bit in the Gold Control team on Worley this year.
What? You're in the Go Control
Yeah, I
team on
was in
Warley?
the.
Well, first of all, congrats
I
on
was.
making this far.
I played 2 matches on Worley.
Okay.
And I stay in the server and I talk a lot with the guys and they help me a lot to prep.
Varg?
Looking at the profile right now, probably it needs a second jar of green main. I'm not sure about the shoot dash shoot. I mean, I only face one Chaos Turbo in the Swiss rounds, and Turbo wasn't the most represented deck of the tournament. So
yeah, we had the stats. Yeah, that you sent over here as well.
Yeah. But overall, the list was solid. I really like it. I think if the tournament is tomorrow, I'll play
Lock
it
it
again
in.
for sure.
Absolutely. Real quick, Chris L saying, hello, I'm the one who played in the round 3 and 4 feature match. Vamos la pibe. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
That's Chris L. Yeah.
That's Chris L.
Shout out to Chris.
I think he was playing
Shout out.
Chaos Turbo.
Chaos Turbo, Chaos Control, yeah.
That's the thing, right? Is when you, especially since you mentioned that you played in the War League, I think, bunking heads and talking shop, especially with that Go Control team, it's really smart. I mean, Gomber, man, obviously he's one of the best players to ever play Scapegoats. Shout out to my former teammate Kalut Varg, you may know him as, huge, friend of the show, personal friend, and he is just a monster on this deck. The only issue, right, is like you said, Chaos Turbo wasn't as highly represented as one would think. And I always tell people when they get into these GGPs, is to never edge your bets on always playing that deck. It might in War League, obviously you gotta just be like, hey, yeah, they're gonna probably mostly be playing Turbo. In the GGPs, it could be. I mean, you saw what happened. 2 Machine Gate decks topped 1 GGP each last weekend. So
it's crazy.
Yeah, we got to go over that deck. We're going to look over that one more time in a second here. But absolutely, aggro is really prevalent down under, says Chris L. Round 3 and 4, I played Chaos Control. Aggro is how you do it, man. Sometimes, especially if you're a player that just wants to suit up a deck real quick, sleeve up and play, you're gonna probably do just fine with like a warrior deck. Can't really go wrong.
That's what I played.
Exactly.
To be honest. I was like so pissed off at the fact that there were no aggro decks in the top 8. I was like, it doesn't have to be me, but it has to be someone playing Warriors, Earth Aggro, like whatever. I used to play a deck called Aqua Beast Down that I kind of crafted
Oh
myself. And I was like
yeah.
this close to playing that.
Did you
Like double Abyss Soldier, triple Berserk Gorilla, stuff like that.
did you
And I
see
was like,
the
no, I'll just go with the. Sorry?
did you see the winning PWCQ 79 list? Out of curiosity, did you see that?
No.
It's a Earth aggro list that played 3 Gorilla, 3 Gigantes, double Mataza to Zapper by Yada 88.
Wow.
You'd probably love that list.
No, mine is more beast based, like Battle Logs.
Oh yeah.
Wangu, yeah, 2 Mobius in the main. But I was like, there were much more warriors. Like it was double the Chaos Turbo,
Right.
5 warriors and aggro decks in general, and none of them top. I was like, how the hell is this possible?
A lot of aggro decks bubbled at top 16 or something like that. Like they went 5-2 score, but didn't make it to the final cut.
Well, from the looks of things, it kind of makes sense because when it comes to control, especially when aggro's facing down control, usually like even under time rules, the control player usually has the advantage. So when you see lists like this go up top, and then I see a few more in here that have the scapegoats, it's going to be a little bump. It's going to be a little rocky in these later rounds for these aggro decks. Sometimes when it comes to facing on the stally control decks, because sometimes all you need to do is stall you to time.
Yeah, definitely.
Flip a ring, flip a walk, maybe, and then it's lights out.
Yeah, that's why I also choose to play this particular list, because you have Archer in the side, you have Panda that does piercing, you have the walk, you have the Love Panda. Yeah, shout out to Guillaume for putting the Panda in the spot. The third scapegoat, it's a very good list for going into time. Playing IRL, most of the time, gold goes into time, so it was a good catch.
Sigil here saying, trust the gears.
Yeah.
Gula saying, control the tough deck to play IRL with the was it 45-minute rounds?
No, I think it was 40.
40
minutes. Ooh, okay. Did you feel any pressure on the time playing control?
No, not really. I was very comfortable going into time. The thing is, I face a lot of control mirrors, like 3 or 4 control mirrors, and I start losing round 1. So I have to carry the whole band. I know that if I lose one more round, I was out. So after losing round 1, I got like in the zone, like full focus, and I face 1 Earth Aggro, 3 or 4 control, 1 Chaos Turbo, and the final round was Reasoning Gate. Yeah,
I feel like I would lose my mind playing that many mirror matches. If I was playing that many mirror matches, I feel like I would go insane.
Yeah, but because I was going to time or like match 3 with less than 8 minutes on the clock, I have to like cut the Solemns, cut the Duo, cut the Prema, go with Sakuretsus, go with Astronado. Like, you're not gonna hit me one single time.
Right.
And I'm gonna stall you until I draw Amazoness Archer or Walk or something and won on time.
Absolutely.
But I going to no, I was like, I think round 4, like there was like 1 minute on the clock, and I won on the spot. Like it was the most closer to time that I went. Yeah.
We do have some messages here real quick. Chris says, I ended up 9th, just barely missed the top 8. Mataza God, and then says, shout out to RDS, because I trained against his Panda Burn and got to win against another Panda Burn in round 3.
RDS sponsoring our GGP got us some amazing sleeves. and he was also selling playmats and stuff. Like really great to collaborate with him. Really cool guy.
Awesome. I complimented the mats. I didn't realize what it was. Somebody brought it up after I mentioned the last stream. I was looking at the list. I was like, man, this list look this mats look really good. But what's with the straw coming out of the pot of greed? And somebody mentioned it to me, and now I'm forgetting what it was exactly.
Well, it's a mate. Like it's the
mate.
recipient in which we drink a very traditional drink here, which is mate. Like the straw is what you use to sip it from the recipient. And we just thought it was funny, and we were like, yeah, let's just go with this.
It's such a good design.
And I really liked it.
Yeah, I love that the straw is themed with the pot. I love that the straw right here.
Yeah.
You can see it here on stream. It's on theme, like it's in the colors and everything. Really great idea for that mat design.
Yeah, and also wanna shout out to Fer Duende who made the playmats from the top 4 players and the champion. That they are incredible playmats. You can saw them on the tops videos. You have it there.
I don't think they're actually here. Oh yeah, the ones that we posted. Yeah. Yes, the Salmon Skull and the Jinso. We got a big thing with Jinso over here, so
let me see if I can pull
we're
that
like,
up
okay,
here.
we're gonna get a good. We want to get a good playmat going.
Let me see if I can pull that up here real quick.
You can see
There you are. So the first one with our top 1 champion Ferluna. Shout out to Ferluna. That shows the Salmon Skull playmat he got.
Oh yeah. Wait, this is it, right? Look at that.
yeah.
Whoo! That is so
It's fire.
clean. That's a great reward for champion too. Oh, it says it everywhere. That is great. I do love who does the thumbnails? I love the glowing eyes y'all do.
Yeah, that started out as a joke, but it kind of caught on, and we just never stopped doing that.
I love it. Okay, let's go take a look at the next list here. This is, I believe this is Julian. Is it Julian? Julian?
Julian, yes.
Julian is top 8, if I'm not mistaken, right? Or top 4? No, this is Julian Diaz, so this is top 4.
Top 4.
A, yeah. Wait, is this top 4? I have Julian A.
Yeah, because we got 2 Julian Azarola and Julian Diaz.
Okay, so this is the top. Am I out of order here?
This is top 4.
This is top 4. Okay, I'm looking for the top 8 here.
It was another turbo list with Kiko Main.
Okay, let me see. The Kaiku main. Oh, I see it. I see it.
Crying with those double spy list.
Wait, no, is it? This isn't it. My fault.
This is Jonathan Desideri. This is top 8.
Here we go. I think this is it right here. Wait, no, this is the same list. Yeah,
the same one.
I'm looking through all the photos. So, looking at this one here, right? The double spy with double Kaiku. This is uber. I mean, the Phoenix Win Blast. We're uber
top
aggressive. Top 8. Okay, this one's top 8.
Yeah, this is Juli Azarola. Yes.
Okay.
He was playing that split between double Phoenix Wing and double right. Yeah.
That's a lot of discards. That's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, so there's a few things I really do like in this. I like that going double Kaiku, getting those wind blasts. I love the wind blast Kaikus. I do like the torrential a lot. No deco, I just realized. No deco, but not double
no deco. Yeah, double knight and double Kaiku. He went for that.
I guess that some people are thinking that perhaps the draw engine with the jars and the upstairs is enough, and they gotta, just like have something to control the mirror match, or something to beat with in more aggro matchups.
Right. I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, the triple jog goes hard. My only concern here, looking at this, right, is does he have enough flips to facilitate double Niceon to work consistently?
Yeah, I
Especially when you have
feel
two
that
spy.
too. Um, yeah, the two spy it's strange. Almost every turbo list from the top went for double spy. I don't
Really?
know why, but I don't know. They made top eight, so
Yeah, I'm not to complain. I'm just
yeah.
noticing. I'm just noticing. Um, because this is very different from what you would expect from like an online event. A lot of online events they usually have. I would say, if you've seen them, 50 out of 55 cards are about the same every single time, and it's always about the same
Exactly,
38
yeah.
out of 40 main deck cards. Um, so seeing a list this different, top 8 is, in my opinion, really cool. Even if I personally disagree with some of the things in this, I still think it's really cool that this list exists and it actually did pretty well, all things considered. Top 8. That's what I'm kind of
Yeah.
loving a lot here.
And wait till you see Jonathan Desideri's list there, because yeah, the guy made the Spirit Reaper and a
I think we're about to go to that right now
What?
Metamorphosis.
here.
Because
I mean, just one,
yeah,
no goats.
he needed a 40 card in his list.
Ooh. Look at this
Bottomless
sucker.
Snapfall.
Oh.
Let's talk about bottomless. Like the man wants to out those warriors.
He
And
wants
he
to
did.
beat warriors, and then he also wants to he just wants to slam the bosses. I mean, you have Blackluster Soldier here, you have Double Sork here, and you have a Borg here. Like,
Mm.
you are pumping out big dudes. Got the Reaper.
Yeah, that's crazy that his whole side deck is just anti-burn.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
He's
Yeah.
like, I can handle anything except burn, so I'll just side against that. Well, the Jogan,
Yes,
the casual Jogan is there.
Yeah,
Jaugen, the Jinzo, Double Wombat, Triple Decree.
double one.
Triple Decree is it seems almost
Yeah, it's a lot.
impossible. Like, he has so many traps. He has so many of them.
I I feel like people here try to go full anti-burn on the side and also
Mm.
anti-RGT. They hate those deck a lot.
Yeah,
And they tend to overside too.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
Right.
technically the main of Turbo it's like okay against those two matchups. They don't need to side too much in my opinion. But people here respect those two decks a lot, and that's why you see like this type of side deck or a lot of Threatening Roar too in
yeah.
most of decks.
I did notice that in a few other lists here, like in Julion's list here. Yeah, I did notice the double threatening roar as well.
Yeah.
I'm seeing the
Yeah.
poison of the old mans.
Yeah, I saw that when I was recording the prof, and I was like, "Wait, what?" Like,
Do we know if he ever pulled him out? Did he ever, bring him into the main?
I
Like,
think
side him in?
he didn't have any burn matchups because there was only like one or two burn decks. But the
Dang,
guy had them. Like you
he
wouldn't
was
have taken
prepped.
him for granted with those.
He was prepped. The hate towards Panda Burn, it's all Sabaz Leguizaman? Is that? I'm trying really hard. It's all his fault.
Yeah, that's
It's all his fault.
he's responsible for getting us to buy Mystic Walks. Some really good friend that was like the first guy who I don't know started playing burn decks consistently and topping tournaments at locals with Panda Burn, and he had a pretty good run actually. Like I think he was like 4-3. He did 4-3 the other
Yeah,
day.
he makes.
We do have
So yeah,
Jonathan in the chat here. He said, did in round 3. You brought in the poison of the old man in round 3?
Shout out to the man.
Shout out. I love this. I love this list. A lot of people don't play the bottomless. I actually kind of like bottomless, and depending on the list, of course. But I think bottomless, is totally fine. I was playing a are you guys familiar with the card Mystic Plasma Zone? It's a field spell.
Yeah.
I played Plasma Zone with double bottomless, because then you can, if you have Plasma Zone, they summon Sangan, you can bottomless the Sangan.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And it also lowers the spy stats.
Yes, it makes it
Right?
so your
Like
spies
defense,
can kill their
they get
spies.
to 1600 in defense.
Yep.
So
It lets you kill their spies with your spies, because you get 1700
Mhm.
attack spies.
I'll look into that.
Yeah. Next we have Alan C coming in here. We looked at this list also on stream. The double spell
Yeah.
Our
machine
reasoning guide.
gate. Oh, I forgot what double spell was when he pulled out that card. It stun locked me. Totally threw me for a loop. It's funny because, yeah, like I said, El Mago topped Athens the same day with Machine Gate. And obviously these lists are very different, especially if you look at the monsters, right? Is the monster lineup here? I'm surprised there's no is missing a lot of stuff. I feel like, well, maybe it's not missing, but he just didn't decide to not play like Blowback Dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess he had something going with that about the number. Like it's a level 6, maybe. Perhaps he just didn't want to clog the Jinso from coming in.
That's fair. That's all. That's totally fair. I just saw that when I was comparing and contrasting.
I think you can use some needle borrower here.
Yeah.
You need another target for reasoning, I think. And about double spell, it's like a fetish card for reasoning gate players here.
And for Alan in particular, I guess.
I love the mechanical chaser in the side. At first, it didn't make sense until I realized, like, all the reasoning gate players are bringing in the spell cancelers nowadays, and I'm like, oh, now it makes sense. Mechanical chaser is literally 50 attack over on mechanical chaser.
It's just out to King Taylor Wangu. He says in the profile that we did, like Wangu and spell canceller. He's like, okay, I'm getting rid of this two with a machine monster that I can boost with limited removal. So it was actually a pretty good call. Like I would have mained it because we've got a video in which he explains this deck from a while ago, in which he explained two Stein, the DMAC, one Fossiler Dragon, one Jinso, one Mechanical Chaser, and that's it. Like those are the monsters.
Yeah.
And he's got the Blowback Dragon. Like I've seen him his binder, so I don't know. If he's in the chat, perhaps he can explain his choices.
Yes, absolutely. I like the Prohibition. I was saying, like, if you're
that's for Kuribo.
Oh, that's just for Kuribo.
Well, if he knows that you're on Kuribo, which is a popular sided card here, he'll be like, okay, Prohibition, declare Kuribo just before entering the battle phase, and that's game.
Wow, I didn't even think about that. What?
Yeah,
that's so good. That's so good, because I was thinking, like, Prohibition's like a great card if you're kind of going into certain matchups blind, was what I was thinking. So, like, if you're going in, like, let's say you're playing into Gravekeepers, you can just call it the Necro Valley, and it kind of cripples them in their own way. But making it be like, oh yeah, Kuribo, it's like, yeah, okay, now it makes total sense. You literally can't activate it.
Well, Alan's the guy that's like, he really knows how to read his opponent very well. So the minute he sees the Rhoda, he'll be like, okay, so I'll Prohibition Solemn Judgment. So he makes sure that his Trunates, his Storms go through.
Yes.
Like the guy's gonna see just, I don't know what, like one scapegoat, and he'll be like, okay, Prohibition meta, just to prevent you from getting the terror on the field.
No tier, no Last Warrior.
Yeah, you're not getting into my stuff, like you're gonna let me do my play. He's that kind of player. Like he's got a great vision, so shout out to Alan.
I love it. Shout out to Alan. Let's take a look at the next list here. I believe this is Julian D. This is DF. Julian DX. This is
Julian. This is Gianmarco.
Yeah. This is Goat Control.
Goat Control.
This is top 4.
Yeah. I'm seeing it. I love that. the angels in the Go control.
Yeah.
That is old school. I do like it.
Classic Chaos
Yes.
Angel. Yeah.
Yes, classic, Chaos Angel. Back in the day, you would be, for Chaos Control, before there's some people that wouldn't do the Thunder Dragons, they would do, either Angels or they would do like skilled dark or skilled white magicians. Way back in
Yes.
the day. So it's really cool to see these guys come back. Mostly they mostly see them in like return lists nowadays. But no,
Exactly.
I like this deck. It's on the aggro side of the control spectrum. You're kind of going in and trying to hit for damage, which I like to see. There's the Jowgen in the side. I see that. There's there's a brain control, a Mind Crush in the side.
Yeah,
That's his signature card.
that's my take. Like the last profile that we uploaded to the channel was my warrior list, and I'm maining 2 Trap Dash Shoot and 1 Mind Crash. And while we were recording Jean-Marc's profile, he showed that card at the end, and he was like, "This is because of you. Like, you gave me the idea." And I was like, "That's it. Like, this has just made my day."
That is
Because the amount of
amazing.
times you'll draw Trap Dash Shoot and Mind Crash, or that you'll resolve Mind Crash against a Chaos Turbo deck is like amazing. Like,
Yeah.
there's no chance it's not resolving.
Yeah, it's a lot of times with Mind Crush, you're going to get a lot of stuff. Like worst case scenario against Turbo, if you Mind Crush Turbo and then you say Thunder Dragon, you basically pick out all their chaos, their discards, right? Their main discard
Yeah.
fodders, and then if you're playing Kaiku, like this player is here,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
just
Game
go in
over.
and banish. Swing.
That's exactly the same thing that I said on my video. And of course, like if they do the Thunder Dragon graceful charity play, you can just cut them. Like the psychological effect of calling Thunder Dragon, chaining Thunder Dragon with Mind Crush when they do the graceful charities is just like you just win the game on the spot because they're like, wait a minute, now I have to think about what to discard, you know?
Yeah.
And it's a pretty mechanical deck if you think about it. Like Chaos Turbo just relies on that discard fodder. So if you just get in the way of that, that's half of the game you've gotten for
Yep.
yourself.
Exactly. That's why it's very crucial to time out. When your Kaiku's coming out, you can't let them just walk into something. Because if you clear the path for them, you get the simplified game state, you slam in, and
Yeah.
it can be pretty much curtains. Like if you hit a light and serpent, you're way ahead of where you just were. Like way
Yeah,
ahead.
absolutely.
The Asura Priest. I'm a big fan of main deck Asura Priest. I'm going to say that's why I also liked your list, Zyno Man, because you had the main deck Asura Priest. Big fan. He need this player here. I love the list. He needs to get the Abyss Soldier. He needs to get the Whale.
Yeah, he needs the beast. Yeah, definitely. I faced Gianmarco on round 5 of Swiss. I won like 2-1. It was a very hard match.
Mm-hmm.
And then he got revenge on top 8. Um, yeah, great player, great player. I love facing. We didn't play each other in like a year or so because he wasn't playing the format at all. And he came back for the GGP, and we talk a lot about the list. I think the only thing he's missing is the what's the name of the card? The cannon, the one that he
Cannon
can bring
Soldier.
Shining Angel.
Oh wait, Roulette Barrel.
Roulette Barrel, yeah, that.
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
That's a staple. Gotta get him
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah, he didn't have it, but
It's actually kind of hard to find. Like I don't think I've ever seen it in Binder.
I think it was printed common, but it's not common you think about. It's not something you think about bringing in. It's like buried in bulk. It's typically hidden away the roulette barrels. I will say I'm also every deck so far we've seen has had jar. The people love the
lots of
jars.
jar.
I love a jar personally too. I do
Yeah.
like the jars. I do love the Zaborg Double Spy. I think is great. Having Angel I think is pretty unique because that gets you to a level 1. as well as your warrior lady, which is
Yeah.
both strong. Guy, we have a message here. We have 2 messages here. It says one is "Long live Mind Crush." Another one is "Guys, please say something in Argentinian like empanadas or dulce de leche."
Dulce de leche, or should I say it the Argentinian way?
Empanada de dulce de leche, viejo.
Amaro y retruco.
Great, Liz. Token Thanksgiving is popular. Is it popular over there? I think it's the
The
second.
thing is,
You'll find it, yeah.
you don't find too many mystic walks on the market, and currently they are selling it for like $15. Like it's a lot
Right.
because they are missing. So
Yeah.
you see like token Thanksgiving, emergency provisions, like a lot of replacements for walk.
I play Barrel Behind the Door for the burn matchup.
Ooh, that's
I was like,
nasty.
the amount of
Ooh.
times I've resolved that and I've been like, yes, this is my shit. It's like amazing.
Barrel is very nasty.
Yeah.
I do like that. Yeah, Chris L is also saying mystics are really scarce. Yep, I do. I understand that. You know, there are alternatives, like you're saying. Like you also have Archer. You also have that one fairy card. Unless you
Hysteric
Fairy, yes.
But that's from Labyrinth of Nightmares. It hasn't been reprinted, I think. Like that's
so
another
that's a similar
hard to
scarcity.
find one.
Okay, yeah, okay.
But when you come to think about it, it's an 1800 beater. Like just the fact that it's an 1800 light monster makes it good enough.
Yeah. Also gets you plus one. Was it 1200? Plus 1200, plus 1000, something like that.
Yes, plus.
Yeah, because it doesn't die to Sugiyama, so yeah.
So you can still secure a time win with it, which is very important.
Yeah.
Like ultimately, that's what you kind of want. That's why Token Thanksgiving is so strong too, in a couple ways.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're playing Go Control and you bring in that token, you know, it's turn 3, pop, flip the goat, play the Token Thanksgiving. You're boosted up huge. You know, I kind of like it. What's next?
Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it also tributes your opponent's tokens for the cost, right?
Yes.
So it's a great way for unclogging the recent gate matchups, the Go Control matchups, the mirror matchups. I mean, you know.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Let's take a look at the next list here. We have Gian Marco M. It looks like here.
This was it. Yeah.
Oh, this was it. Okay. This one, then after that is going to be second place, Paulo, coming in hot here with us. Almost a plain Jane Turbo, almost plain Jane. You know, almost standard. I mean, you do have some cool stuff. in here, obviously. You have the triple wind blast. A lot of people online have been shifting over to one dust shoot.
Yeah.
So to see him kind of pick up on that trend is pretty cool. There's the hysteric fairy. We're just talking about it.
Yeah.
There he is.
The only tech here is kind of like the Book of Moon in the main.
Yep.
And Warrior Lady.
And Warrior Lady for the second
Chaos
Sorcerer.
Yeah, I didn't even notice the Warrior Lady up here. That's pretty cool. It gets you. I mean, it's just a raw normal summon. It has decent stats.
You know, you can search it off Sangan. So
yeah, nice.
Yeah. His idea was that he was afraid of breaking in Chaos monsters, so he replaced the second Chaos with the Warrior Lady, and it almost works as a Chaos monster because it can hit and vanish, so you get rid of the problem. That was his idea. The guy made second place, so it worked.
Yeah.
And he's got the second Sorg in the side, so like.
Oh yeah, just in case you need
he can pop it up anytime.
Yeah, good for control and like I think mirror as well. I see this is a spell shield type B over here, right?
Type 8, yeah.
Type 8, yes.
Amazing tech.
Ooh, that's a great tech. That's a tech that you see once a year. I would say you see it once a year come up. People talk about it, and like that's underutilized, and then it kind of resets, and then you don't see it for another year.
Yeah.
So I do like the spell shield. I think it's pretty cool. I like that it's able to target and stop pretty specific things that, if you don't have, you pretty much lose, or you have to pay
Yeah.
8,000, or pay 4,000. I mean, aside from that, everything else here looks pretty good. The Mobius,
Mobius on the side, yeah.
Mobius in the side, I think is a little out there, just because you don't really want to tribute someone for nothing in here, you know. But aside from that,
Yeah,
it's like,
mostly for burn, I
Yeah.
think. And
I mean, pretty much everybody here cites Mobius for the aggro/burn matchups.
fair.
Together with brain control. I'm not sure if he's got the brain controls. He
yeah,
doesn't, right?
No brain
no,
con.
he doesn't.
No.
Yeah.
But you can always tribute it off a spy and you're good to go. Like as long
Yeah.
as your opponent doesn't torrential it or solemn it. And if they do, well, they're in a lot of trouble. So
Overall this list looks pretty good though. I do like, the
Yeah, and
Corrido.
I feel like a lot of Turbo players here in Argentina, they don't go the usual side route against the mirror. Like, you don't have mind control, you don't have like
Yeah, I noticed
third
that.
or do shot.
Yeah.
They rely more on Kiko, and that's pretty much
Just
it.
being the beater. Yeah, just being the more aggressive
Yeah.
deck. I did notice that not a lot of these decks had Minecon, and if they were, it was pretty much all on the side. Like you played
Mm.
one. The Turbo List by Julian played two on the side, which is standard. But that's like the only one that has like a standard like two, what you would consider standard two Minecon side.
Yeah.
Which I think is pretty cool, because yeah, like I said, most of these players are just shifting to be more aggressive. Game two, why would you even want them? They're going to be bringing out Kaikus and stuff and start wailing on you. What's the point? Just get a bigger guy. We can pull up.
yeah, I guess that the potential for baiting with Sengan and the Sinister Serpent kind of like I don't know outgrows the need for that mind con.
Yes. Yep. Exactly. That's
And
a
you're
great way to
you're
put
playing
it.
the triple Phoenix Wingblast, so you're not gonna get them to resolve those flip effects.
Yeah, you're pushing back their game. You're pushing back their game and simplifying it a lot. The first place list I really want to talk about with y'all.
Yeah.
This list is amazing. This is Fernando Martin L. And
Yeah,
look
Fernando
at
Luna.
this. What would you describe? Would you categorize this as return? Chaos return. It
Nah.
is
It's
super out there. I love it.
yeah,
It's
its own.
its own deck. The Fernando
Yeah,
deck.
exactly. Yeah.
So is Fernando like a formidable opponent? Like is this like a regular in your scene?
Yeah, he's the best.
He's the best.
He's technically the best. Yeah,
Sheesh.
like top 4 players of Time Wizard format in Argentina. Every format he plays, he is a beast.
So he's not just goats. He's also does like other formats as well. Sounds like.
Yeah, and he's playing the game like I don't know, 20 years or so.
Yeah.
And I think he's a judge also.
He's a judge, yeah.
Yeah,
He's a judge as
yeah,
well.
he's a judge.
Yeah, this-
I was talking to some guy the other day, and he told me it's a good friend of his. He told me that Friday prior to the GDP, Fernando said, "Okay, so I'm coming over to your place. Let's test something." He was like, "I've got this idea for a deck that I'm not sure is gonna work." He had been watching the decks for the Querétaro GDP in Mexico. And he was like, "What if I main some Demog?" And he was like, this other guy was like, "Are you sure, man?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'll try." And this guy told me that they played 3 matches and he lost the 3 of them to Fernando. He was like, "Well, yeah, I'm pretty confident in playing this on Sunday."
I think this list is super out there. I would assume also it's super hard to side for. Like how do you really pair yourself against like a deck like this that is playing Return, it's playing Thunder Dragons, is playing Rengeki Breaks, but also playing Air Knight Parshath, It's also playing DMOC. It's playing Return. It's playing
Yeah.
BrainCon. Where do you like? What do you even bring in to stop this strategy once it gets rolling? Because once it gets rolling, you have to deal with Parchef on you. You have to deal with DMOC on you. You have to still
Yeah.
deal with the potential of like a Chaos Monster. There's a lot going on with this deck. I imagine it's super hard to play. It looks super hard to play as a whole.
Well, in the deck profile for Paolo, the second place, he said that on game one, per shot, that he was like, okay, so this guy's in goat control. So he cited as if he was playing against goat control, and that would kind of cost him the second game because he was like, wait a minute, this is
It's
nothing
nothing
like
like
I
it.
had
Yeah.
expected. He never saw the goats, so he was like, well, a second. So how's it gonna go?
Right. And then even then, you still have in your sideboard here, you still have goats and metas. You can still play
Yeah.
control. Chris L
Yeah,
saying,
he flips it for the aggro matchups mostly.
mm-hmm. That's what
Yeah,
I
I
imagine.
think Fernando trusts a lot in his experience and his technical play. And you can see on the side that he doesn't have like too many cards for particular matches. Like he changed the whole plan if it's needed, but mostly he can bring the same deck on game two, and it's gonna be fine for him
Right.
because he's a very technical and good player. So
Yeah.
I'm surprised there's no swords here because he
No
normally even
swords.
mains the swords over the
Yeah.
torrential tribute.
Really? He'll play swords over
Yeah,
torrential?
in fact,
Wow.
he won the last year, end of the year tournament, 6 rounds. I think it were like 32 players,
no
33.
more, almost 40, almost
Oh, 40.
40.
No, but
Yeah,
it was
Wow.
last year. Not this year. And the interesting thing is that he was playing three of each flip, like three Deca, three Moths, three Spies. And he was playing the swords over the torrential so as to, just accumulate card advantage and then get to a point in which he can just control the game and ODK right away.
Hmm. I I think like the lightning vortex and the Jinzo. I do like the Jinzo in the side a lot because you had the call and you had the Primo.
yeah.
Um, that also combined with stuff like the Kree. Also, real quick, how's it going to Kirky? Tooth, my goat, shedding light upon smaller communities. Hey, no, Argentina is blowing up. Okay, Argentina
Yeah.
is getting big, and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Each event they pull out here. The Kirky, they're the Kirky. If you don't know, he's been really pushing on getting Serbia Go format going. He's
Yeah, Serbia is growing too.
yeah, he's on a similar grind, similar to y'all. And so I just want to say shout out to the Kirky and shout out to Go Format Serbia out there. Appreciate you all. The decrees I like. So I kind of like you can just shift into a decree control, which I think is just
Yeah.
very rare as an ability to side into on this list here.
Yeah, if I remember, James Ark used to play like the Kree Chaos Control list back in the day, and then they flew away.
Yep, yep. I think over time he kind of shifted to just playing, the turbo decks over time.
Yeah,
This deck is just I really had to watch the final match and see this deck in action more. Was this I'll probably link the GGP for people that want to see this deck in action because I think people really should take a look. I think this is a deck that people because I don't think you'll ever see a deck like this online. That's how I see it. I don't think a deck will ever look like this online, and I don't mean that insultingly. I mean that like this is like a very unique list that a very good pilot had a very strong understanding of. It does, and it just goes to show you don't have to be turbo. You don't have to be a turbo player to be good with a deck. You can just be a good player overall and get going with like whatever cards you think is the best card. You know.
yeah. I feel like for most people that see that list, they think like it's Brick City. And if you are inside the mind of fair, and you know how to pilot this kind of list, you can beat whatever opponent you face. Like it's a very technical deck for a particular player.
Mm-hmm. And that's the kind of stuff I love to see. You know me, I love one of my personal favorite decks is Tome Abyss. It's the tomatoes with the Abyss Soldier. You know,
Yeah,
no goats in the main, but you know, you combine those two, you know, you get that engine going. And it's like that's like one of my favorite things. And you don't, and it's not particularly like the best deck in the world, but you know what? I feel like I'm pretty good at it. Okay, I feel like that's the deck I shine
exactly.
pretty bright with. So I appreciate you sitting down for these top eights. But before I let y'all go, let's take a look at some of the stats here. I'm going to pull this up
Yeah, of
here.
course.
Sure. Yeah.
I know, I know y'all are very excited to take a look at this as much as I am. Let me re-download it here.
Thanks to Walter, our head judge, for making all those analytics.
Yeah, we got some shout outs to make, like Walter, Facu from Denver, who hosted us, Fran Lemos, who helped us with the stream. Well, Nico also helped us with the stream, all of the Good Format Argentina team, the Dima Game team, too.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So
like I'm pretty sure that these analytics are gonna give some people some food for thought,
yes,
for the upcoming tournaments.
let me go ahead and change this here. Okay, can y'all see this?
Yeah,
Yes.
Perfect. So from what it looks like, 70 players total.
yeah,
Huge. That's mad. That's way more than most American GGPs. You know that, right? Like way above
Mhm.
most GGPs in America. You know that. That is
Yeah, and some
awesome.
guys couldn't make it. So
yeah. Like
That
we
is
were
amazing.
expecting 85 or something.
Wild. Grumple even says here, shout out to Argentina. Getting 70 plus people on your first try is amazing and a testament to their community's passion. And I
thank you,
agree.
Grumble.
Yeah, shout out to Grumple, man. Grumple's a huge workhorse in getting the international GOAT format scene going as well here. Him and Karem have really been putting their work in. Um, I see the Chaos Control 7 decks. Chaos Momonga Warrior. It's so unique it needed its own its own separation.
Yeah.
There's always that guy. No, this is our good friend Duende, Fero Benitez, as he's also known. He plays Nimble Mamanga, this play set he's always done,
Mhm.
and it somehow works out for the guy.
We gotta get
Like he,
we gotta get him on Momonga Earth Aggro. I feel like that we gotta get him on Momonga Earth Aggro.
yeah,
Give him those
he
Earths in the grave, you know?
some other guy who's good friends with him, Juani, another admin for Good from Argentina, used to play. Well, he got top one at X5. Sorry, it was, yeah, 5-0.
Yeah, 5-0.
Playing Earth Warriors, like he was playing triple Manga, triple
Oh yeah.
Gigantes,
Is that this one
Vidas
down here?
Island, Exmo Force, Lily,
Yeah,
level
it's
two.
that list. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the Earth Tiger Warrior, like that has triple Momongo. The guy got the champion pack supers
Ooh.
because they're obsessed over those cards.
I'm personally a fan of the Momonga. I'm also a fan of the Germ, the giant Germ.
Yeah.
I'm also a fan of the Hyena. Um,
Hyena. You don't
yeah,
see a lot of hyenas
you
around.
don't you
You'd
don't see a
say
lot
the
of
germs
hyenas.
a bit. You'd say the germ is a bit more useful because it's dark, But if you're not playing the Chaos Engine, you're just like, well, this will just give food for my Gigantus or my Rock Spirits, give
Mm-hmm.
me life points in the middle. In fact, Juani won on time because his opponent a couple tournaments ago hit him among it and was face down instead of the monster he had to hit. And the guy was like, "Well, I guess I'm at 9,000 now, and I get to summon two more. So be
Yeah.
careful with that."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it gets you a nice little juicy life point boost. It's good tribute fodder. And like I said, you can
Yeah.
banish it for Gigante stuff. The manga can be pretty good. The manga can be pretty dang strong. The hyenas, I think you'd mostly want to play that like a cat kind of deck, because you can get off cat and all that as well. I'm seeing some people are a little bit ahead of me. Let's see here. Fernando is saying, Chaos Momongo went 1-6. Not my best day, but a great day. Well, I hope you had fun at least. Your deck. I really wish. I really want to see your deck list sometime, Fernando.
He always has fun. Don't worry about him. He's always good to go.
You have a Momonga list on our YouTube channel, and he was playing Hinokago Sushi too.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to
he was dropping the Hinokago Sushi off the Momongas. So
14 turbo lists, 2 chaos return lists. 14 turbo. It's the biggest representation on this pie chart here, but you didn't see a whole lot of the top. I think a lot of the definitely not as much as you would expect.
I get 5 from the top were chaos turbo decks.
Yeah,
and they aren't like pure turbo. Like
a lot of them was like 2 spy, 2 kaiku, or be like
fancy text and.
Only one was like, I think Palo's the most similar to what you would expect it to look like.
Yeah.
And then we see the Earth Aggro here, 8 Earth Aggro lists. And then you have the 1 Earth Aggro Warrior, like you were saying, the Momongas.
The Momongas, yeah.
We have 1 Empty Jar. How'd the Empty Jar do?
Yeah. That is Emmy Mendes. Yeah.
Shout out to Jesus. I think he went 4-3.
Yeah, something like that.
Jar. Yeah.
Like he's a guy that hasn't played in a long time, and that's the last deck he'd play. So he was like, "Yeah, I'll just grab this." The guy actually came back from work. He finished his shift at 8 in the morning, and he came and played the GGP.
Wow. I've had those days. Where you clock out and then you go straight to work on it. Trying to get some heads, get a win. Kirky,
I think, at least for me personally, I was expecting a lot more of RGT and burn decks. If you see the chart here, they don't represent a big portion of the tournament.
Total.
Like only,
I do see the mill.
Panda.
I do see.
It's also a very specific type of burn deck. It's not your stealth burn deck, your lava golem burn deck. It's like the panda burn deck.
Yeah. So what's this mill deck? What is it? This is an Empty Jar, right? This is his own thing.
No, the guy's playing triple Skull Invitation. He'll play the triple Needle Worm. He'll play I don't know, what was it? The card destruction. He'll get you to mill your own deck and burn you for damage in the middle.
Reutilizing Morphin Jar.
Yeah, he's got the Morphin Jar, the Shallow Grave, and the Book of Two. He's playing all of those cards.
Man, he
actually beat one of the recent Gate guys because they couldn't resolve the Trinity because he had the Spell Shield or the Magic Jammer. And then the guy was like, well, I'll just have to, reasoning you. And the guy just kept on dropping cards. Shout out to Nelson Rojas. And he kept on dropping cards, and he was at 4K all of a sudden. And he was like, there's no way I can resolve my Dimensional Fusions now.
The Kirky
and he actually lost.
The Kirky asked, did Earth Aggro Grandpa play? That's the player we were talking about earlier.
Yeah. I'm not sure he's a grandpa yet. Like, he's a father, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did 4-3, I guess.
4-3, yeah.
On Earth Aggro?
Yeah, on Earth Aggro. Yeah.
We have
the Lily playmat to go with it.
Ooh, that's hot. Earth Aggro with the Lily playmat. I like that.
Yeah, it's funny because in our profile he said his catchphrase was "Se acabó la joda," which basically means the show's fucking over. And he got the playmat with that quote there.
Oh, I love that. The Silent Swordsman. The Silent Swordman deck. Is that RGT like variant or?
No, it's just your angels feeding off the Silent Swordsman level 3s, and then get into a simplified game state in which there's no magic cards and you can just negate whatever. And there's a turbo package, chaos package in the middle too, because I think you can run some Kaikus and some BLS.
I did see 9 warriors came in, and like you were saying, not a lot of them made it up to.
Now we got all stuck in 5-2 or 4-3.
Just like a lot of bubbles.
Yeah. Like I was playing warriors. I faced, I guess it was like 3 aggro decks.
Mhm.
2 were earth aggro decks. 1 was a mirror match. Yeah, and like yeah, I faced more aggro decks than chaos turbo decks.
Got a chat here. This pie chart seems like such a blast. Must have been a very fun event. That's what I'm trying to exemplify here. Like you don't see ratios like this in American GGPs. So seeing this type of stuff is such a breath of like relief because it feels like everybody was having a great time. If you weren't playing to win, you were playing to have a good time. It looks like you had a good time. You know.
We all did have a good time. Like
Yeah.
everybody was commenting on how great the vibe was at the event, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I guess it was a great one.
Chris L says, I face against that Lily on round 1. That thing, it scares me.
Yeah, it is scary.
um, let's see. Here's some more deck representation by type. Aggro, 30.
Yeah.
Yep, that's about what I expected seeing the topping list as well. Every deck had a little fusion of aggro to some extent. Control 16. Yep, that looks about normal to me. Chaos Turbo 14. Yep. Combo, burn, alt win. And again, the total being 70. Yep. Looks good to me.
Yeah.
Top 8 after Swiss rounds. Here we go. Here's some records. So yeah, it looks like the 6-2s. I mean, not 6-2s, the 5-2s. That was your bubble range here. 6-1. No, so nobody went undefeated. No undefeated.
No undefeated decks. Yeah, I faced Alan last round of Swiss, and he was undefeated till round
Knocked him down.
6. Yeah, and I have to break its record, sadly.
You had a killer run in Swiss. You lost your first round,
Yeah.
and then you dogged up, dude. You went on a crazy streak here, getting all the way up.
I have to do the job. Yeah.
To first in Swiss. Sheesh. What a crazy run there. On the top 8 results. Yep. Looking at this, it does feel like there's a lot of chaos like we were talking about. They're really teched out turbo for the most part. Super teched out. Chaos Turbo 5, Go Control 2, Reason Gate 1. Yep. Top 20 main cards. You had this as a stat? This is amazing.
We have all the decks of the tournament. All are.
Shout out to Walter, our tech guy who has the brain that allows him to do this kind of things.
I was expecting Jar to be way higher on here, by the way, just looking at the top 8 list. I was expecting Jar to be like up next to Snatch, perhaps, or Ring. Let's see here. I love this like document. Oh my goodness. Do you mind if I share this with the Go Format staff? Like, this is amazing.
Yeah, we gotta share the spreadsheet.
Yeah, this is just fantastic data. Chris L saying, Walter is an Excel rat like me. I need to talk to this guy. Top 20 most cited cards. 15 lightning vortexes is wild. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I think people tend to play Lightning Vortex a lot. Like last year, we started to see a lot of Lightning Vortex in the side. Yeah,
I used to actually play it in the main because I was like, if you're ever in a situation in which you're playing an aggro deck and you get to a big board, you don't want to nuke it and get your guys off the ship. You know, like you'd perhaps wait one more turn and then slam your opponent's entire board. But you'll want to retain your Berserker Gorillas, your Kaikus.
Yeah, you want to hold your stuff.
Yeah, that was my thought process. But then, over time I changed and I'm playing the Torrential Tribute now. So, like I was playing one or the other, and for a long time it was just the Lightning Vortex. But that was because I was playing this Beast Down deck that was kind of a toolbox thing. Right. Except you didn't have the Rhoda, so you had no way of summoning another Berserker Gorilla if you didn't draw it. So
the way I see it, if you had to do that comparison, is like Torrential stops you from losing. Lightning Vortex helps you win. You know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely. And forcing a Torrential on your own turn, like I don't know, summoning something just to hit it off is like just the worst possible thing
Yeah.
because you're one turn behind. So I don't know.
The Kirky says this is a better stat overview than 99% of Go format events. Props to the guy who did this for real. It's true. It's true. Argentina is showing up the rest of the world right here with the data
I feel like
and the players. Like, you guys got to step your game up. You guys got to beat out what Argentina's doing.
well, I think we are very passionate with all the
Yeah.
things we do as a society, so that reflects what the GGP was.
Yeah, there's no middle ground. Either we don't care or we just care this much.
Right. I think this is incredible. Um, let's see here. I think that's everything on this docket. For this document, very great, by the way. Still,
Yeah.
very very impressive that you were able to put those stats together as a team, and that your community is able to come in and kind of do this collaborative, you know, effort on making this event as professional and as fun as it seemed to be. What if there was anything that you could say where it's like if there's anything you want to that you feel like you can improve on for next event, what would be like your some big things where it's like we want to maybe it's like you want to do a bigger venue or you want to do bigger prizing. What do you feel like you want to do for next event, and is that going to be this within this next year?
It's a really good question. Like, I feel like we're all super satisfied with the results, and given that we organized this all from scratch, the pricing was good, and the prices that we were able to get off that pricing were amazing. We got some nice sponsors to chip in and make it possible, and we're definitely going to collaborate with them again.
Mm-hmm.
What I'd perhaps try to look for is place in the city, like in the actual city of Buenos Aires, because this was 50 kilometers away. We actually rented a bus to get people off there,
Yeah.
and we filled it. But once that was full, a lot of people were like, "No, I'm not going because it's kind of far." So I don't think this is something to improve because it was not a bad ideas for a kickoff, but I definitely tried to make it more federal, like more of a nationwide tournament. I would like it to focus only in Buenos Aires, but I would try to make it in a more accessible place for everybody else to come. Perhaps a bigger city somewhere else in the country,
Mm-hmm.
or perhaps even Buenos Aires, but like in the actual city, not
Yeah.
50 kilometers away.
In the
Even
capital.
yeah, even though Denver, the place was just amazing, and I definitely go there again, like anytime. Um, so yeah, no, I'm not sure. I'm not
I
sure.
feel like this GGP was like the floor for us.
Yeah,
Like
Right.
we have to aim to the sky.
Yeah. The sky's
yeah.
the
What I think
limit.
is that it's kind of like easy to just stick with this formula and not change it anymore, and like have every GGP ever be made at Denver because we're gonna fill that place, and the venue is actually big enough to hold double the people that we got there. We got
Wow.
70 people, and the venue's got maximum capacity is I think 160.
Yeah.
So we could actually get more people on the boat there. The
Mm-hmm.
point is them wanting to come. Um, so yeah, like I think I'm not gonna be humble here. We rock this shit. Like we rock this completely.
Yes.
We did a great job. The community helped along. So like if we are ever improving on this, I don't know, man. Like it's gonna be just the best GGP ever. Not only Argentina.
Absolutely. Chris L is saying the small deeds in the organization will be polished eventually, but as a player that played in the first ever GGP in Argentina, I'd say there's little room for improvement. You guys did amazing, and I'm going to agree. From the outside looking in, this GGP ran super smoothly. You had a stream that was going the entire time, 9 hours. That's a
Yeah.
big calling. I know for a lot of people, especially to get commentated.
Especially the caster, Fran Lemos. Shout out
Yes,
to Fran.
the caster. I know that he was put in double time as somebody that has done coverage for a lot of events. I know the super taxing 9 hours is no small feat of just constantly talking and staying into the game. I know there's been a lot of times where it's just like I kind of phase out after a while. You see the dueling
Yeah.
go on for so long, your eyes kind of glaze over. But no, he kept with it. Shout out. The fact that there was videos afterwards. You covered the decks. You got them all recorded. They're all up on YouTube, right? All of them, like all the top
Yeah.
8s.
All of the top 8 decks are now live on YouTube.
Perfect. Yep. And as you see, guys, I've been having this pinned up here at the top. Be sure to subscribe to that channel and give them the support. Freaking amazing job, and congrats on hitting. I did notice that you hit 1,000 subs. I think it was during that stream, right?
No, it was before. It was like
Before
a
the
couple
stream?
of weeks before, or something like that. Yeah, but it
Incredible.
was like really close to the actual date of the GGP because we were getting like this 30 plus new subscribers per day. Like with all the anticipation for the GGP. Well, that's something to improve. You know, our social media game is to improve.
Yeah, well,
Like social media goes a long way now.
it's super difficult. I know that a lot of people try to get that kind of rolling for Go format. Like, I'm just very impressed that you were able to do 1,000 like you're now hitting over 1,000 subs, for your channel.
Well,
Like for a Go format channel, that's really impressive. Like as you can see here, I'm at 91. Granted, the GoFormat.com channel is like at 12,000 now. So
that was Aurelio's video. Like when that thing just blew up, he tripled our followers.
yeah,
And we were getting like 2 or 3 new followers per day. Now we're getting like 30, 40 a day.
incredible. That's
every day.
That's really freaking good. I'm very impressed that Argentina is very receptive of Yu-Gi-Oh in general. It seems like they're very in on the game, and that's not something I really expected at first. Seeing the Go to Argentina GGP, and then I saw the numbers. I was like, oh wow, you know, like the people there really like the game, and I love to see that.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a lot of World Championship qualifiers and players. Like we have a big Yu-Gi-Oh history here. And talking about our particular channel, I think that there aren't like too many Spanish content creators talking about Goat format particularly,
Yeah.
and we have viewers from
Everywhere.
everywhere. Yeah,
Yeah.
like
Mexico's big.
Mexico,
Uruguay is
Peru,
big.
Chile.
There was a
Yeah,
channel from Guatemala that was pretty active when we started out. I don't know what happened to it, but I haven't seen it around. Like that was actually a big inspiration for us.
Yeah, I know that Mexico has a scene, but that's more northern. It's like on the I think it's I know they have it. They have a couple GGPs in Mexico. I know that there's
yeah.
Was there a GGP in I think it's Argentina and Mexico for the most part. I can't think of any other spots that are Spanish speaking.
For Latin America, it's only
Yeah.
Mexico and Argentina. Yeah, they had the first ones, sorry, and then we got to be the second hosts.
That's amazing. Like and I'm trying to think. Yeah, I like really what the only GDPs that are kind of next to you right now is like Athens was at 66. You beat them by 4. We're going to see what the numbers are like for Berlin. I know I think Grumple's still in chat here. He's going to try pushing that Berlin on Sunday. We'll see how that's looking. But right now, I think you guys are in the lead. I mean, you guys have definitely beat every American GGP this year. I'm pretty sure every like North American GGP. Yeah, there you go. So I congratulate you on that heavily. And then Chriselle saying next time we invade the Uruguay GGP.
Yeah, like, and it'll be great because they have this league. Like Uruguay is a much smaller country, and they got this GOAT format league that gets like 50 players per weekend.
Really?
Like that's double what we get here. Yeah, like they are strong candidates, I believe, for the very own GGP, and we're going. Like we're just
absolutely
jumping across the pond and just getting there.
Take the Book of Moons.
Yeah,
take the Book of Moons. Get your token Thanksgivings and show them how it's done. You know, get that territorial warfare.
We actually got to play with some guys from Uruguay at the YCS. Shout out to Pepe Picardo and the guys from La Ficha de Pelusa Enojada. That's the name of their channel. You can check it out later. Yeah, like they just did an unboxing the other day. They did an Invasion of Chaos, I believe. It's really good content. You guys should check it out.
I'm gonna be sure to check that out. And I think that's it for everything that I have for you. Do you have any? Is there any final thoughts you want to give? Any shout outs? You know, I love hearing from you two. You guys have been incredible guests. onto the show. I really appreciate taking time out of your day to come talk to me. I know it's starting to get a little bit on the later side for you, so I don't want to hold you up too much. But if there's anything you guys want to say, the floor is open for you.
Well, I guess we would like to say thank you for the good format international community for giving us the chance of hosting this event and showing what we play in this part of the world. We want to thank you for having us on your channel. Like as I said at the beginning, this is the first time we do this kind of collab with somebody else, and it's been really a really nice talk. I guess I will shout out the stores that play that play goes here, be it OTS stores or not, Dimagay, Sekai, Magic Games 2 is a great place where we just gather. The guys a bit farther away, like Dual City in Bishafter, Moikai, in Temperley, the one from Quilmes is missing. I don't know the
Oh
name.
yeah.
What's the name? Well, like suddenly we're seeing a lot of stores playing goats, and like if I had something to say, it's like there was this time in which we were just six guys at the back of Lima game playing goats, like playing the worst possible decks, and our OTS believed that there was a space for us and gave us the chance of keeping on playing, and the community did all the rest. So it's like get the format going, get the ball rolling because this is getting bigger. That's what I'm telling you.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for your time and letting us get a this is just still a glimpse into what it's like into the scene in Argentina, and I'm super excited to see the development as it goes along. This is just only the first GGP, so hopefully here's to many more. Here's
Yeah,
to many many
sure,
more in
man.
the future. I know for a fact this won't be the last time I'll be talking to y'all. You guys have been great, and I'm going to mark the end of the interview here. This has been amazing time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, man.
Thank you
Thanks for
too.
having us.
Absolutely, man. Y'all have a great one.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye bye.